Big question for the day. Is it time to long or short? First thing I saw this morning when I opened up the computer is the 12-hour RSI is getting to the bottom. We've been waiting. The market's been going sideways. Guys, we spoke about it. We spoke about the 4-hour and the 8-hour retracing. And ultimately, the price should slow down, calm down a little bit. Let's get the 12-hour to the bottom. And as long as we respect this level, which is the 12-hour 50 moving average, as well as the support trend, we still have a bullish chance. But now we are there. Now we have RSI's reset. We have not only the 12-hour reset, we have the 8-hour reset, and we have the 4 hours still sitting in the bottom half over here, clearly waiting for the higher time frames. The one big concern that we do have is we do have the daily RSI still sitting at the top. Now, this can roll at the top for a while, but ultimately what we need now is the smaller time frames to get price where it needs to be. That makes sense. Bitcoin goes to 19K on the really bullish scenario. Then we have a few days pullback. We don't want this daily to start coming down right now. So the big question we are asking ourselves, long or short? And end of the day, if we lose the level today, it's probably going to be one of the best shorts you will be able to get. And I think it will happen pretty quickly, because if that daily only starts to come down now, I pretty much expect that the shorter time frames at the bottom, the price will move pretty fast. And then we'll get a small push up to retest and then a big drop down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you bullish and bearish scenarios, longs and shorts. Because if the market holds now, it's a huge long opportunity. I'm going to give you 3, 4, 5 tokens, long and short. And remember, guys, we are doing the giveaway. In order to qualify for the giveaway, make sure you sign up with our BYBIT link below. You have $250 or more deposited, and you can win what's inside the box. Now, we're giving up to $50,000 worth of prizes in these boxes, and we're doing it all the way till Christmas. But there's a little bit of extra here. Apparently, I think there might even be a date with Run. Who wants to take Run on a date? Stay tuned. James, no more wasting time. Let's get into the show. Let's hit it.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, hope you're having a great day out there. How we feeling, guys? How we feeling? We're on support. I want to please pop in the comments. Are we going up or are we going down? Now, for bullish scenario, this is the area. This is the area. We hold this area, RSI's reset, and we should go to 18 to 19K next. That is what the chart is showing. If we lose this area, we go 16, we retest, and then we go 15, maybe 14, maybe 12, maybe 10. What do you guys think? How are you guys feeling out there? Up. I want profits. Yeah, so do I. I'm not feeling good. Okay. Let's put that up. I'm not feeling good. Built on go. Nice. South Africa. Alts down. So yes. So obviously we do have the dominance going up on this pullback. But think about it. Market turns bullish from here. Dominance comes down. Altcoins catch up pretty fast. So just know that we're still flowing in that cycle. Remember, guys, that we do have the giveaways. We also have all of our exchange links below. If you're opening any accounts, use our exchange links below. You'll find it below yesterday's show, which was really good, guys. It's a really good understanding. Think about ETH. Don't forget about ETH. That long-term view on ETH is a big one to focus on. Remember, we've got Bitget, we got OKX, we got Binance, we got BYBIT. This gets you qualification into our free sniper school, which is blowing up. I think we've got over 3,500 students for cohort. in January, which is massive. There's only, I think, another 2,000 or 1,500 spots left, guys, for Sniper School. It's blowing up. It's doing incredibly well. Yes, I sit here every day and I do show you charts and where I'm thinking the market's going. But ultimately, the best thing that you can do is actually do the full course and understand everything for yourself. Listen to any YouTubers or any influencers that you want. Use that analysis, build your own analysis, and just know how to do it yourself. Incredibly important. And that's what keeps me proud. So let's jump in, guys. Let's have a look at what's happening here right now. And let's get a basic view. So I'm going to go through the different scenarios. First thing that I'll quickly go through, just a very fast check, is looking at dominance. Still in Bitcoin's favor. Makes sense on the pullback. At some point, this will have a decent retracement, and it probably shows us more or less slight more growth in dominance, which is what we sort of need if Bitcoin bounces or drops from here. Now, if it drops from here, I expect dominance to continue up. And if we bounce from here, I still expect dominance to go up for a little while, get Bitcoin to a healthy rate, and then the drop off and ultimately move back within the altcoins. And it's the same thing if Bitcoin drops the support. If Bitcoin drops the support, basically love will still go here. Then there'll be a retest. So Bitcoin dumps hard, everything tanks, altcoins get destroyed. Then there's a retest of where the area that we dropped. That would obviously be this little push back down, get the altcoins to go test, and then ultimately probably carry on. Now, there's still a huge discussion with dominance. Does it ever reach higher 40% again? It's a massive thing to speak about. For now, all we know is dominance is ranging between 39 and 41 and basically doing exactly what the market's doing itself, just basically shifting within those. A quick one on the USDT, because this is an important chart to focus on. This is the influx of people getting in and out of USDT. The crypto dollar, if we may call it. And this is getting quite tapped out. So remember, this started this little downtrend a while ago. And ultimately, this is the major trend that basically gives us indication that, whoa, this is a lot of a bigger dump than what we think. But right now, we are still in that trend. And if so, and we hold the lower low over here, it might go slightly a little bit more, which we'll go through now in the Bitcoin chart. But ultimately, this should still create the next lower low, and this could be a nice leg for the crypto market to get it back to healthier levels. And last thing I want to have a look at is the stock market. Where are we stock market wise? Sort of ranging as we speak at the moment, ranging. And what it is doing is it is holding one little line of support, and that's the top of this leg over here, where we're currently holding. What we do know, though, is after that, there is a little gap to this one and then a bigger gap to the support over here. So it's also important that the stock market looks to bounce soon. We do have the RSIs making its way to the bottom, which can confirm so. But ultimately, we would like this to bounce up from here and get back to the higher highs. That would be great. And last one's over here. Dixie is still in that downtrend. No major trend line broken on that just yet. And we look at the 10-year yield, still very much. We were expecting this push. That was the bearish push of possibly capitulation. Doesn't look like we're getting it. Looks like the 10-year yield is still continuing down. And if we look on higher time frames on the weekly, this could still keep making its way down all the way to these levels, which could be a good sign for the markets. Now, let's jump in and let's get into some trading, guys. Let's have a look. Let me go into the show one. Here we go. Cool. Okay. First one, bullish scenario, Bitcoin. Okay. So as I spoke previously, support trend we're holding right now. We have the 4-hour at the bottom half, the 8-hour reset. We have the 12-hour reset too. The last one we're waiting for is the daily, but ultimately the daily can't stay up there for a while. It's done it many times before. And basically what it does mean that if the bullish scenario had to play out, because right now we still can't counter out let me get rid of that, the bullish scenario, because we're still holding the major indicators. It basically means that the temporary high for a higher time frame pullback is not in. And it basically means that where Bitcoin stopped, we should break that on this next push up on the 12-hour, the 4-hour, the 8-hour, maybe getting to the major areas, which we know is the daily 50 moving average. And that's basically in the area of 18,000. And then we have a higher time frame pullback where we actually have a few days down from the daily. So the reason why it's tapering and just going sideways here usually indicates that possibly the high that we made on the last run is not in. And that's why we're not getting this full reset of the daily just yet. And we have the other 3 major time frames that are already doing that. So the way I would expect this to play out is right now the 50 we're still holding pretty strong. We don't really want to go much below that. So the 16.6, 16.5 is still the area. Now, I wouldn't short on the break of this trend. If we do turn bearish, I will short on the retest, which I'll get in shortly. But ultimately for me, if we hold this level, it's bullish. And what I would see from here is me building a short-term position in this area over here, basically between the 16.7 and the 16.850. And then I would add more on the break of trend, retest, and just move that stops up. Our first take of profit points will be the previous high of the 17.4. And then I have the proper one, which is the $18,000 to the $18,400, which is pretty sure if we turn bullish, that's sort of the major area that I'm looking at next. Okay. And what's important, guys, is to understand that RSIs are telling you a picture. It's telling you a high time frame, there's still a big pullback coming. But the smaller time frames are saying that temporarily the high is not in just yet. So what would happen here is the market would start to turn bullish on the bullish scenario to make its way here. And it's incredibly critical that we do make a higher high over here on this leg. If these RSIs make their way to the top and we have not secured that higher high, that's not good. It's indicating from that we come down, we break, and we end up the next downward cycle. So it's important that the bulls have a job to do. They're still holding their levels. They're still holding their ground, but they do have a job to do within the next few days. So that is the bullish scenario. We are in buy zone right now. 16.6, 16.5 is my protection zones. So not a lot of risk, 1 to 2%. And my first take profits is the previous high, 17.4. And my next one is 18,000. Now, bearish scenario. This is exactly why I say I wouldn't short just yet. And the reason why I wouldn't short, I would rather get it on the retest, is because of those RSIs. Because the 12-hour, the 8-hour, and the 4-hour at the bottom, you know, it's me shorting at an oversold area. So it just doesn't make sense. But what I'll do then is I'll sit and let it play out and actually prepare for the next short. Because if we lose this trend, think about it. This is the main hope that we have in this time, to know that this could have been the temporary bottom. And it's basically very similar. It's basically very similar to this time that we had over here, where we had this major trend. And as soon as we lost it, we ended up going a lower low. You could see very clearly we made the lower low. Now we're doing the same thing again. We're forming a trend. We're forming the momentum that the bulls are trying to hold right now. End of the day, this is a good shorter time frame accumulation. Could give us clues that people are loading up in these areas, these sort of things. But if we lose that 12-hour 50 and we lose this trend, I see something playing like this, where Bitcoin will basically make its way down to the low 16s, either 16.2, 16.4, somewhere in that area. Then it will come test currently where we are right now. And that would be the offload position, either to offload some alts into Bitcoin, protect yourself on the higher time frame, and then from that, go test the lower range. Now we have 2 take profits for this to happen. The first one is the lows, which it has tested twice to 3 times before. So it makes sense around the mid 15,000s, or we lose that completely and we finally go test the 14,000. So it may actually turn into a huge short. Now, my big fight about this on either way right now between the markets is we're sitting in a critical area where it is a major decision maker for the bulls or the bears. What are the catalysts? What is the bullish catalyst that can get us back to the levels that we want to get? And what is the bearish catalyst? We've just had FTX collapse and we just had everything. Like, what else can they bring that can get Bitcoin to 14 or 12K? Like, have you guys got anything? Please pop in the comments. What do you think? You know, someone said get out short because jobless claims come out. Okay. So one thing they did speak about was, when is the Fed speaking? Next week. I think it's the interest rates. I think it's the interest rates that are coming in next week. That might be something. But when I spoke to the team this morning, there's nothing this week. Maybe next week, but nothing this week that's truly concerning right now. The Fed pivots. I get you. Genesis, Grayscale. You know, it's quite tough, guys. It's quite tough to understand. But at least we need a catalyst. Either way, if Bitcoin must go to 14K, we need a very bearish catalyst. If it goes to 20K, we need a very bullish catalyst. Like, we need something. And that's currently now where the market's just sucking and just going sideways as we speak. So this would be the bearish scenario. And ultimately, what it would do for you is it'll give you a clear sign of losing momentum, give you a clear sign of being able to offload and manage risk, and give you a clear sign of a great short possibility throughout those times. So bullish and bearish scenario on Bitcoin itself. Now, I'm going to go through 2-3 altcoins that I think are good longs or shorts, all depending on what the market does. The first one for me is Polkadot. Polkadot for me, the 12-hour, 8-hour, and the 4-hour all reset as we speak. It is holding a higher low. It does have bearish divergence, and it does have oversold RSIs. It is holding the support trend as we speak. And basically just giving me a well-structured chart. And here for me is a buy zone for the bullish scenario. It does come with a risk for a stop loss, which is probably around 3 to 4%. And then my rewards are showing that from here, we go back to the top band as the first. This is the bullish scenario. So we'll bounce here, slow grind up, break trend, retest, and make our way to these higher range areas, which isn't crazy bullish on the high time frame, but on the short time frame, it's good. And what I did is I put my risk to reward ratio tool, and it's showing me a 1 to 4.4. So basically indicating I'm risking 3 to 4% of capital, and ultimately my first target is a 16% reward. And then we even have, remember what I spoke about, guys, is if Bitcoin does go to 18K, and let's say it breaks the higher time frame, like you might be sitting on incredibly powerful entries that you may hold for the next 6 months. You know, if things turn really crazy, like imagine we get a bullish catalyst and we have stock markets break all-time high this year. Like you got to put yourself, be fair to yourself that there can be something extremely bearish and there can be something bullish. You know, don't counter out either one. It could happen. Now, for me, this is the basic, simple, good trade. And this is obviously the really good one, where would basically be looking at around 30% to 40% gains. If not, breaking out of this range completely and getting back to the higher views and the higher levels of 10 to 12 to the higher percentages. So DOT for the bullish scenario is in buy zone right now. I would buy slightly here, break on trend, on retest, and I'll move my stops up as we go. We then have the bears. Don't worry, bears. I know you guys are here and you want you also want some love, so I'll give the bears some love as well. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning the bear markets too. It's been fun and great this year to see the differences. Here's the bearish scenario. It's basically we shoot down, we test the lows over here. I won't short here, it's not worth it. But then you get a badass short on the retest. But we break through, we retest it over here. We're looking at a 7% on the first drop from that area. And then we can go all the way down to $4. So there is a short, and this obviously depends at the second scenario. So we have the first scenario right now, bullish on Bitcoin. If we lose that support, now you flip into bearish scenario. You use the bearish scenario to offload on the retest to get out of altcoins, just to save into Bitcoin, ETH, these sort of things. And you start prepping some shorts. That's obviously option 2. And because Polkadot has made no gains, like no crazy gains, it would be one of those that drop really hard if the market does turn bearish. Then what I have is Theta. I don't have a bearish view on this. What I have done is we took smaller ones and I actually de-risked on those ones from a day or two ago. And what I'm looking at now is more trading it on the slightly higher time frame than zooming in too much with this token. There's only a bullish scenario for me here on this token. If it turns bearish, I'm not really looking at a short. It's not giving me a beautiful chart to do so. But ultimately, we're getting all the RSIs reset. This wave over here, 618 to 786, is in the zone between 8.83 and 85 cents. This is my zone on where I'm building. So I slowly de-risked the ones that we entered yesterday so that I could add in more over here. I am going with a bigger stop loss of up to 5 to 6%. So this is only a spot or a swing trade, no leverage trade on this one. And then what I'm expecting from here is to go break that trend on the bullish scenario, and then I'll be adding in more to my position. Now, for this one, I'm pretty bullish on, if the market turns bullish, that I think this token's going to rocket. I think its first test does make its way to these areas, which is around 17 to 18%, you know, close to the dollar mark. And then I got the higher time frame views. This obviously, if Bitcoin goes to 18.8, you know, this is looking good, and it's still respecting the low as we speak on the higher time frame. So Theta would be one of my bullish scenarios if that plays out. You can wait for trend breaks, guys. It's up to you. Now, the next one, trade only. I don't believe in XRP. I maybe have some in the long term, but trade-wise, it's actually looking pretty strong. It does look good compared to the rest of the market, and it's respecting lows really well. It's just come off a double bottom, which is nice. And basically what I'm expecting is to enter that area again between 37 and 38 cents. I'm loading up a bullish scenario over here. From that, I'm loading up probably 50% in this buy zone. My stops are around about a 2 to 3% risk. RSIs are reset, which is good. It is also not getting heavy rejected from the 50 MA, which I like. And then what I'm doing is I'm adding more on this trend break. Guys, I need you to understand something. Long time frame, we're waiting, but medium time frame, we have a market that's moving that we can make money on. You got to learn how to swing trade like through these times. And remember, learn how to short too, because this market drops here. You don't have to put leverage. Don't put 2x, just 1x short. You know what I mean? Learn how to make dollars. But from here, I actually see a big move from XRP if the bullish scenario plays out. If we break this trend, I'm seeing it go up to these areas, if not these. You know, so 20 to 30% gainer on XRP. So I'm quite bullish on XRP short time frame, considering, well, meaning that Bitcoin needs to respect the bullish scenario too. Then what we have is Litecoin, which we got stopped. I did get stopped on this one. And I have the two views. I still think Litecoin is extremely bullish when the market turns bullish. And if Bitcoin decides to turn bullish and hold the levels, I still think Litecoin is going to be one of those that rockets. So what I did is, instead of focusing too much smaller time frame, I'm rather taking a larger position, higher time frame. Now, this is, if you had to compare this to the dot's a better trade, you know, when it comes to risk. If you don't mind the higher risk, this one for me is a 6% risk. It's bigger. I'm giving it time to do what it needs to do. But this is how I sort of seeing it play out, where I see it from here, make its way up, retest trend, and go to the regions of around $90, if not a lot higher. You know, we saw on the Bitcoin pairing how good this looks on the weekly, and ultimately it can look really good. So I'm still slowly building another big position within Litecoin. I am taking quite a bit of risk on it. So I know that this risk is pretty good. But if Litecoin does break through here and we break this high, I think it's going to rocket. And we can actually have a look on the higher time frame on the possible levels that it could break through after that. Look at this. So where it stopped was this last little line of resistance here. Okay. After that is a huge gap up to 100, if not 120. So it's the gaps there. You know, the big gap is there for us to make way higher moves of that. So it could be really worth it. Just remember, it is a higher risk. It is definitely a high risk. Then we got the other side. If you go up fast, you come down just as fast. You know, this is how the game works and how it's always worked, actually. And this is how it works over here. Is we lose this, we have lost. Let's actually look on the 12-hour and make sure on the moving average. Okay, that we fine. So the way I would see this happen is basically it will lose this area. It will basically bounce on this previous low, and it's going to form a very well-known bearish pattern. And this is a clear head and shoulders. We break up and we make our way down. Now, if you have a look, the way I would do it with this is you'd have to be slightly patient just for the drop. This will happen quick, guys. If Bitcoin loses that support today, it's going to drop fast. It's not going to be a slow drop. It'll be a quick drop. Boom, 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 boom. Slow down, make its way up to retest. The RSIs will go back up slowly for 2-3 days, and then we can have the big drop within Sunday, within early next week. And basically make our way up, form a great short in this area, offload some Litecoin or protect yourself with this area. And then I'm looking at an 18 to 20% drop within Litecoin, if not more. So this could actually turn into a really big short if that actually plays out throughout this time. So remember, I'm giving you two views. Guys, right now, markets are holding bullish lines. You're still in option one of bullishness. If we lose it and we drop, then you just do a simple switch into option two. Okay, cool. Prep shorts, prep where I'm going to offload, protect myself. I don't know if I would get out of the market. I would get into Bitcoin and ETH. I don't think I would get out of the market just because of the risk of a capitulation or a really fast drop and a really fast buyout. I don't know if it's worth jumping into a token that's been going up, the USDT, just going up and going up and going up throughout those times. So you can switch between these pretty easily. And that's why I gave you bullish and bearish scenarios of both. So these are the current ones that I'm focused on now. And these are ones that I'm seeing that I can make money on now if the market goes up or down at any different time. I want to jump quickly onto Twitter. Let's see what the people have voted. You guys have done pretty well. Ryan comes to this morning. He's like, all of our giveaway money is nearly done. Because you guys just keep choosing the big one. Box two. So I'm going to do this giveaway quick for you guys. Let's do this. Remember, guys, sign up with BYBIT. Put in $250 or more. So box one, $500. This is what you will not be winning. $500. Let's see box number 3. It's Christmas, guys. NFT of Sheldon's first ever tweet. Okay, you will not be getting that. And $1,000. I don't think anyone wins the big prize today. Let's see. Box number 2. What do you get? Okay, I don't know if it's the so you get $5. Congratulations. And you get 5 altcoin picks from producer Fred. Oh, okay. He's quite a degen. Like, you know, he's the only person out of the whole of Banter that sold the top. The only person. Like, he's still rich because he sold the top of the bull market. He literally did. So he gets to give you guys 5 of his altcoin picks. He's actually really good, guys. He's been through two markets, two full bull markets before. So you get $5, but you get Fred. Like, that's great. That is really good. He's actually getting married this weekend. So congrats to Freddie boy. Let's jump on here. And where did Run get that random number generator? Anyone know?
Google, brother. Random
Google.
number picker. Random number picker, I think it's called.
Nah, I think let's go with like, what should we go with?
You choose a number, I choose a number, you choose a
I'll choose from the audience. Guys, whatever price you think Solana will be worth in 5 years is the number that I'll choose. What price do you think Solana will be worth in 5 years? Give it to me in the comments. In the comments. $38. Think so? What do you think? 257. $2,000. Woo! Must I order those Lamborghinis? That'll be great. That'll be great. That'll be great. What do we think? 600, 500, 1,200. What price do you think Solana's worth in 5 years?
Same market cap as ETH at the top of the bull market.
So would you say $500?
Don't know.
Okay.
Who won? How much money?
They only won $5, so it's our first cheap one. But they won 5 altcoin picks from producer Fred. Dude, he sold the top.
I know, but
he's still rich.
But I mean, this is not worth anything.
5 altcoin picks from Fred. I don't know. He's the only one that sold the top. He's the only one that sold the top. Okay, I'm gonna choose random selection. Okay. What do we got? $275. I agree. So number 275. So I heard tomorrow we're doing okay, here we go. So the number is 268-79570. 268-79570. You'll find the email below. It's cryptobantergiveaways.com, or I think .co.za. You'll have a look below. Go get your reward. Go get your absolute reward. Guys, we'll be doing this every day. So guys, we're at a critical stage. Whatever direction the market moves, make money. If it goes bearish, let's short, let's de-risk, and let's do this. If it goes long, which I'm hoping we do, guys, I think we're in for a ride. I think we can get a really powerful finish to the year. We've been through a lot, but let's keep kicking ass together. Smash that like, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you all on tomorrow's show. Much love, Banter fan.